Well, let's start with the top story, which is just in fact coming in from the capital, from Berlin in Germany, where the police have said that one person has been killed and 3 others have been injured in a shooting incident in front of a club. The club was open till about 6 a.m. is what has been reported. It is not clear as to what was the motive behind the shooting. Was it just a drunken brawl which resulted in shooting, or was there something more? But the fact is, as facts stand at this point of time, one person has been killed, 3 others are reported to be injured in this incident which has taken place in Berlin in Germany. The incident happened roughly in the wee hours of the morning. The club was set to be open till about 6 o'clock in the morning, and it is during that time that this incident has taken place. This is an incident that is coming on the back of, remember, the terror attack that took place in London yesterday. But at this point of time, the police have not said anything about whether this incident is related to terror or is it just a drunken brawl. So as of now, the facts are still unclear. But what we do know at this point of time is that one person has been killed and 3 others injured in a shooting which has taken place just outside of a club in Berlin. The shooting took place in the wee hours of the morning, and there were 3 other people who have been injured, who have been shifted to a hospital nearby, and the police are said to be investigating this case further. So this is yet another instance of a shooting which has taken place in Germany, and more details are awaited as to what may have led to this incident. Now remember, the attacks that we've been seeing across Europe, the police have not so far said that this may be related to some of the terror attacks that we've been seeing in Europe of late, especially with ISIS on the back foot in the Middle East. What has been said by the security agencies is that there have been several incidents which have taken place where perhaps those who may have wanted to go and fight with the ISIS in the Middle East are left with no option but actually to stay put in Europe and carry out their nefarious activities. But at this point of time, a word of caution again, as the police have been saying, it has not yet been declared as a terror incident, but this is a clear case of shooting that has been reported in the city of Berlin. It's also being said that there was some kind of a very loud fracas which took place just ahead of the shooting. There was a sort of a brawl that broke out, and it is post that the shooting took place which resulted in the death of 1 individual, and 3 others also are said to be fairly badly injured. The police have cordoned off the area. They are questioning the witnesses there. They also will be going through the CCTV footage and will be carrying out further investigations to find out as to what in fact took place in the wee hours of the morning in Berlin in front of this nightclub. Right, and for more on this, we are joined by our International Affairs editor, Padma Rao, who joins us now with more information on this. Now, Padma, what are we to make of this? Is it just a drunken brawl that has taken place, or is there more that needs to be looked at in this particular instance?
Sally, it's too early to tell. The earliest details that are emerging from the German media, which I am monitoring, is that it could possibly have happened inside. And why I say possibly is I want to be cautious because there are photographs of a brawl that took place outside a nightclub called Cozy Club. Now, this is a nightclub which is a relatively new entrant to Berlin's already very vibrant nightlife, and it seems to be. And I was browsing their Facebook website just now. It is on this Riebnitzer Straße, so it's quite likely that this is the nightclub in which this took place, or outside which rather the killing took place. And it had on the 15th of September, it had a mega concert by a group called Biff Guys, which was scheduled at 2200 hours at 10 p.m. So and their regular Friday and Saturday evening entertainment consisted of the usual things that clubs offer, happy hours, and that open. When I look at their closing and opening times, they were scheduled to stay open till 6 a.m. So now, of course, we're not sure whether they've now subsequently, subsequent to the incident, whether the club has now been shut down, because it is roughly around that time in Europe right now. What we do know is that one man was killed. that at least 3 others were shot at, and they are in hospital with injuries. We don't know the extent of the injuries, the severity of those injuries, and we also don't know, and this has been confirmed by the police to the German agency reporters who are at the site in a suburb of Berlin known as Hohenschönhausen,
right.
They don't know, they're not speculating on the origin of the attacker. So it could have, as you asked, it may have well been a drunken brawl perhaps, that they carried out of the club, a fight that began inside, or it might have, been something else.
Right, Padma, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us with all that information. So as of now, this is what has been confirmed. 1 person has been killed, 3 others have been injured as the police continue with their investigations in this shooting incident that has taken place at a club in Berlin.